Even or odd, of all days of the year, come Lammas Eve at night, shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But, as I said, on Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. That shall she, Mary. I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years. And she was weaned. I never shall forget it. Of all days of the year, upon that day. For I had then laid wormwood to my dug, setting in the sun under the dove house wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua. Nay, I too bear a brain. But, as I said, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dug and felt it bitter, pretty fool, to see it catchy and fall out with the dug. Shake, quoth the dove house, 'twas no need, I trow, to bid me trudge. Oh, and since that time it is 11 years. For she could stand alone, nay, by the rood, she could have run and waddled all about, for even the day before, she broke her brow. And then my husband, God be with his soul, was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit, wilt thou not, Jewel? And by my holidam, the pretty wretch left crying and said, I. Just see now how a jest shall come about. I warrant, and I should live 1,000 years, I never should forget it. Wilt thou not, Jewel, quoth he, and pretty fool, it stinted, and said, I. Hi, I'm Tori, and I'm playing the nurse and the prince, but today I'm going to talk to you all a little bit about the nurse. 3 words that I would use to describe the nurse are, number 1, body. That means that she's a little bit risque. She likes to push the envelope when it comes to especially her jokes. She a lot of times makes jokes that are a little bit inappropriate, but it's a part of what makes her such a lovable character. She's also extremely resilient and loyal. Something that I love about the nurse is that resilience. We learn in the monologue that I recorded for you all that she has lost both her daughter, Susan, and her husband. These 2 incredibly difficult losses for her, and yet she still manages to be such a source of light and laughter and joy for Juliet throughout Juliet's life, which I think is really amazing and just shows how much she cares about her. Something that I think about a lot with the nurse is also that sense of loyalty. She's loyal to Juliet no matter what, even when Juliet defies her family, defies society, essentially chooses, in some sense, Romeo over Tybalt and her parents and everyone, and yet the nurse still sticks by her side, which I think is really incredible. What the nurse wants more than anything in the world, her objective in the play, is simply to take care of Juliet, protect her, and keep her happy, which is why ultimately it's such a tragedy that she does everything she can and isn't able to in the end.